This is a Jermyn Street Theatre audio introduction for The EU Killed My Dad by Aaron Kilercioglu and directed by Georgia Green. The EU Killed My Dad runs from the 23rd of January to the 6th of February 2024 at Jermyn Street Theatre, located at 16B Jermyn Street, London, SW1Y 6ST, an intimate basement theatre of 70 seats. This introduction is intended to give visually impaired theatregoers an advanced description of the set, the characters, their costumes, and other visual elements before coming to see the play. In an effort to describe the play's evolving visuals, it may contain some minor spoilers. Information on accessibility will be given at the end. The play lasts approximately 70 minutes. There is no interval, and please note that toilets are not accessible during the performance. There is some use of very bright lighting during the performance. The EU Killed My Dad is part of the Footprints 24 festival of 6 new plays. Tickets are £15 or £14 concession available to over 65s, theatre unions, students, anyone with access needs, or in receipt of universal credit. The overview on the Jermyn Street website begins with a quote. Who do you blame? The man, the gun, or the politics? The synopsis. Berke travels from Britain to Turkey to meet his estranged father, but it's too late. His sister Elif informs him that their baba has already died. A family reunion becomes an exhilarating whodunit investigation as Berke discovers the truth about his roots, grieves for a man he will never truly know, and accidentally unravels a conspiracy that goes to the heart of global politics. Featuring British spies, Turkish soldiers, and London's kebab shops, the winner of the Woven Voices Prize 2023 takes you on an inventive, fast-paced exploration of identity, belonging, and history spanning 5 decades. Aaron Kilercioglu's previous award-winning work includes the sellout hit For a Palestinian and has been seen at Bristol Old Vic, the Camden People's Theatre, and Underbelly. A co-production with Woven Voices. Content warnings. This production contains dry ice haze, some strong language, infrequent use of a weapon on stage, and discussions of death and grief. The set, space, and visual elements. The backdrop of the stage, common to all the Footprints 24 plays, is painted in a mottled dark blue that appears black in low light, intersected by the exposed reddish-brown wooden framework suggestive of the interior of a house, its beams zigzagging across the top of the back wall. Across the back wall of the stage are placed several cube-shaped cardboard banker's boxes for archiving paperwork, most with lids, and 4 filing cabinets arranged thus: a single grey box, a stack of 3 brown cardboard boxes, 4 grey or white filing cabinets of 2, 3, 2, and 2 drawers respectively, and another stack of 3 brown boxes. Some loose documents sit atop the cabinets. Some handwritten labels are scrawled in black pen and then mostly crossed out on the boxes. To either side of these are the left and right stage exits. Running along the far left of the stage is a row of 4 plastic stacking chairs with yet more open cardboard banker's boxes beneath them. Running along the far right of the stage, large wooden boxes serve as a bench. There are 2 more open banker's boxes and a purplish leather briefcase. The banker's boxes throughout the play will be used in a dynamic fashion. They contain costume changes and props, including numerous documents. They are sometimes rearranged to represent furniture. For example, a stack of 4 boxes becomes a kebab shop counter. Then, with a tablecloth thrown over the top, a dining table in an apartment. They are used to represent props, such as Elif's laundry basket or pots and pans that are banged together with their lids. Similarly, the filing cabinets serve numerous purposes. When scenes take place in the garden, the drawers are pulled open and flowers are hinged upwards to sprout from them. They represent chests of drawers in Baba's house. A drawer is also pulled out to serve as a desk at customs control. One will become a seat when a player is spun 180 degrees from side to side when interrogated by 2 police officers. The EU Killed My Dad switches between scenes and times at a frenetic pace. A somewhat ominous, reverberant, rumbling, tunnel-like sound effect is used to announce these changes of time and place that are accompanied by a change of lighting. More recent scenes, such as those in the garden or at Baba's house, have a warmer, more natural light, whereas memories or stories from the past utilize a colder, harsher lighting, which becomes more dramatic at points, such as the use of a single central light during the military sequence at approximately 16 minutes, which changes colour to represent different factions. Or later, when dry ice floods the stage and an eerie green lighting accompanies a dream sequence. Or high-contrast spotlighting as military figures move in slow motion. Or flooding the stage in red or blue during the revolution as the players move in an angular, encircling dance, banging pots and boxes together threateningly. At the very start of the play, under dim lighting, the players will enter one by one. Mustafa takes out and hangs on the back wall various A4-sized pictures, including a picture of the head of a lizard, a photo of Rishi Sunak, the EU flag, Joe Biden, and Boris Johnson. Berka will connect the pictures with red string lines as if conducting an investigation. Elif will carry in another box as one of the investigators enters. Then a person in a military jacket and lurid green lizard mask will briefly join them. The lights will then come up and the first scene will take place in the garden. When the different numbered options are announced, photos of them will be taken from the cabinet drawers and hung on the back wall with the other photos. Later, these will be joined by various newspaper articles. In one scene, at about 40 minutes in, a sequence of props are tossed across stage, out of one banker's box, from one player to another, who instantly assumes a different character as they catch them, before passing them on to be tossed into another box on the other side of the stage. They are a toy cat, a toy ice cream, a large red rosette, a military cap, and a baguette. There are 5 actors in this performance, 3 of whom perform multiple characters. It is usually the case that when an actor is not present in a scene, they will instead be seated on the chairs or the bench at the side of the stage, and visible to the audience. The players.
My name is Luca Camley Chapman. I'm 23 years old and my pronouns are he, him. My heritage is half Arab, half British. My mum is from Syria and Palestine. My father's from England. And my hair colour is black, fluffy, slightly longer, but, well, yeah. I've got dark brown eyes and my height is 5'9" and my build is slim. My character's name is called Burka. He wears brown leather boots with navy chinos, slim fit, and checkered shirt. It feels quite 2000s, but also is kind of cross a few eras, I think. The shirt is a white checkered, but with red lines intersecting, and the trousers are a block navy colour, and the boots are all brown leather. He is fairly intense. I think what's worth noting is that when he's speaking to the investigators, his demeanour is a bit calmer. He's older. He therefore has a little bit less intensity to both his facial expressions and his physical presence. That being said, later on in the play that might change. Characteristics: he can be a bit tense, a bit nervous. There's a sort of awareness to him while also being somewhat ignorant socially. His way of moving around the stage is mostly quite indirect, but at moments feels really direct. So it's kind of a war of two worlds for him. He has very few props, so he almost only uses one, which is his phone, which only comes out at a couple of moments, and he gets given a lollipop, which he then refers to again later on in the play. Other than that, his use of his father's garden and the gloves that he uses to garden are the only things he really has to deal with prop-wise.
Hi, I'm Rosie Hilal. My pronouns are she, her, but I also respond to they. I am part Turkish, part Scottish, part English. I have light skin, green eyes, and long, curly, reddish hair. I'm of medium build, I would say. And I play, first off, Bahriye, who is a Turkish mum and a human rights lawyer. When she speaks to her daughter, they're both speaking Turkish, I just use my own kind of British accent. But when she speaks to a British person, she speaks with a Turkish accent. She wears a power suit, a beige power suit, and a sort of puffed sleeved 80s shirt, and has her hair down. Then I play Janice. She has a long blue floaty hippie dress. She is English, from London, and her hair is pushed back with a bright glittery blue hairband. She speaks in a bit more of a London accent. I play a border guard who is very grumpy. And I also play a doctor who is a bit impatient with the situation going on, but then kind of softens. She's a Turkish doctor. The border guard is British. The doctor wears a white coat, hair tied back, and the border guard wears a blue border guard shirt. As a whole, I would say Janice is more floaty. The way she moves is a bit more indirect, and starts off very hippy-dippy and then kind of comes crashing into reality, and that's reflected in her, hopefully, in her physicality. Bahriye plays her younger and her older self, but she's always quite a direct person. And I play one more surprise character. I am the lizard. I have a lurid green plastic lizard mask with lots of kind of scaly indentations and big black eyes, which I put on over a military jacket and my normal costume trousers. And at one point I carry a gun.
Hello, my name is Dilek Şengül. I am 37 years old and my pronouns are she and her. My heritage is West Asian. My parents originated from Eastern Turkey, which is now called Turkey. I have dark brown hair, sort of just above my shoulders, and I wear it half up and half down. I have brown eyes and I am 5'7", slim build. I play the character of Elif. Elif is very, personality-wise, she's very calm and collected. Nothing much phases her. And in terms of appearance, she wears just one costume throughout the play. It's a long sleeve terracotta colour cotton top, which has a round shaped neck and 5 buttons on the bust. The top is then tucked into a pair of high-waisted baggy black trousers, and she's wearing plain white trainers on her feet. She enters the play wearing a military jacket, which she then removes and then puts back on later in the play. There is a gun that magically appears in her hand at a point of the play, which is very intense and high drama. It's very heavy, the gun, in fact, to hold it. It's not a real gun. It doesn't have any bullets or anything like that, but it is a proper gun, very heavy to hold, and it's black, I think, with a small brown patch on the handle. So at the beginning of the play, Elif has a Turkish accent, which is like this, because she is speaking in English to Berker, and her English it's good, but she learnt it in Turkey. And when she's speaking with her mother, for example, she then goes into my normal speaking accent, which is like this. And that is when she is speaking in Turkish to her mother or her father later on in the play.
I'm Tiran Arkle. I'm 51, and my pronouns are he, him. I am Jewish. My mother's side's from Europe, mixed European, and my dad's side from Israel and Yemen before that. I have short dark brown hair. Eye colour is also dark brown. I'm 5'6". I'm about slim to medium build. I play two roles. One is the father called Mustafa. Mustafa wears black cords, black shoes, and beige shirt with blue and red stripes. As Mustafa, I also wear a beige cardigan, like a comfortable, slightly baggy cardigan. And I also play the investigator, a member of the local police. The investigator, I actually take off the cardigan and put a black police jacket on, which I zip up, and that's the look of the investigator. The demeanour of the investigator is very much like a chest out, wide stance. I claim the space. I might have my arms or hands clenched out of frustration in front of my torso or the back of my body, just like I'm kind of marching up and down. But very much vocally talking much like this. So very pronounced. As Mustafa, the demeanour is in 3 stages. As a young man, very kind of bouncy, sprightly, almost naive. As slightly older, there's a bit more of a awkwardness about the body because he's still trying to work out who he is and where he should belong to, where his country is. And as he's older, my demeanour is much more kind of closed off, almost rounded shoulders. And I don't really have eye contact that much with anyone. Not many props that I use, but what I use as Mustafa in the younger days is a passport when he comes to London, and just a little bit of paper that's written in English. With accents for both of them, when I speak as the investigator, it's in Turkish, but I use the RP accent. So when I speak as Mustafa, if I'm speaking to somebody in English, I will have a Turkish accent. So I will talk like this. So the voice is a little bit higher pitched, and I talk like this. But when I am speaking to somebody else in Turkish, I have a bit more of a London accent. So I talk a bit like that. So as Mustafa as well, if we look at the younger man, I wear a flat cap backwards. And I also wear an apron as soon as I know that I'm working in a kebab shop. And then after a couple of years go by, when I meet Janice, I take away my cap, take away the apron, and that signifies a slightly older version of Mustafa. Mustafa has a briefcase. It's purple, and it's one of those kind of old traditional solid briefcases that you kind of flick to the side, the kind of metal buttons that you press to the side and it pops up. And what I have inside is just bits of paper, a pen, and maybe a pair of socks.
My name is Ojan Genç. I'm 32 years old. I go by he, him pronouns. I am white, slightly olive-skinned. I was born in London, but am originally Turkish. I have short brown hair, which is quite thick and slightly curly. I have hazel eyes. I'm 5'8", and I am slim in build. My character's appearance I play lots of different characters. My main character is Investigator 1, who I do in my own accent, slightly heightened, like this. I have the line, "My English consists of, hello, goodbye, Coca-Cola, yes please, on the table," just as an example. I am the younger of the 2 investigators. I wear a black short-sleeved shirt, navy trousers, and black boots. I also play various characters in a section about Mustafa's return to Turkey. In very quick succession, I play a communist revolutionary for whom I have the line, "Welcome home, comrade." That is then followed by a British spy who says, "Your name, chap?" An Islamic extremist who says, "Do you love your God, brother?" An American sergeant who says, "You're our man on the inside, Mustafa." A Turkish judge who says, "How dare you have lured our American friends into a trap?" And a fellow prisoner who has a long monologue in which he claims he shot my dad for democracy. I have lots of small props I interchange for this scene. The scene is very heightened, so it gets quite big. So for the communist, I have a hat. The spy has a pipe. Islamic extremist has beads. American sergeant has a camo hat. Turkish judge has a judge's hammer. And last of all, I play Umut, who is Elif's fiancé. I play him in a Turkish accent with a slightly deeper voice. So he would sound like this. "Hello, I'm Umut, fiancé of the Elif." And in his first appearance, he wears a white jacket, some shades, like aviator shades. And when he appears the second time, he appears in a military jacket holding a gun.
Directions to the theatre. 16B Jermyn Street, London can be reached via a 2-minute walk from Piccadilly Circus Station on the Piccadilly and Bakerloo lines. Simply exit the station via exit 3, head momentarily south down Regent Street, St James's, and take the first right onto Jermyn Street. The theatre entrance is 140 feet away, next door to Papal's restaurant and opposite Tesco and Rowley's restaurant. From Green Park Station on the Victoria line, it's a 9-minute walk. Turn right out of the Piccadilly South Side exit, walk down Piccadilly past the Ritz Hotel, take the second right onto St James's Street and the first left onto Jermyn Street. The theatre is a third of a mile away at the other end of the road. Accessibility at the Jermyn Street Theatre. There is regrettably no wheelchair access. Jermyn Street Theatre is down a steep flight of stairs in an old building, and despite best efforts, it has not proved possible to provide a lift or stair lift. Patrons with fold-up wheelchairs are often able to attend. The stairs descend straight from the entrance. After descending the first flight of steps, you enter a tiny corridor. The 70-seat theatre is to the right, down another short flight of steps. The box office and bar are located here, to the left. If you're bringing your guide or assistance dog with you when you come, or require any other access assistance, please let the box office team help you. Call them on 020 7287 2875 and ask to speak to Penny Horner. A reminder that during the performance it is not possible to access the toilets. Before and after performance, the toilets can be accessed via the doorway on the right of the stage, nearest the stairs. Turn immediately left into a corridor and the female, then gender-neutral easy access, then male toilets are located within. The EU Killed My Dad runs from the 23rd of January to the 6th of February 2024, with showings at 3 p.m. or 7 p.m. depending on the day. For any other information, please call 020 7287 2875 or visit the website at jermynstreettheatre.co.uk. We look forward to seeing you at the performance. An audio introduction by Bad Princess Productions.